Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the M4J network here on OpenTTD. Been a while since I did a little bit of audio here over the top of a time lapse, but I thought I'd do some for the next couple of weeks, mainly because we're rebuilding some of the major stations on the network. So today is the Munfingford Paragon. Read nothing into that, there's no paradox actually, it's just because the station's called Munfingford Paragon and I thought I'd be a smart ass with the title. So yeah, this is Munfingford Paragon getting rebuilt now. Munfingford Paragon currently sits on the Great Western Main Line. It's technically the... I'm trying to think of the right word. It's the terminus of the line from GSP, but some trains will continue further south down on the line that we actually planned out in the stream that this was the follow-up to. So this is episode 30.5. If you haven't seen episode 30 yet, go check it out. It is on the channel. I will add it to the playlist as well. By the time this video goes live, it should have been added to the playlist. But yeah, this station is the current terminus on the Great Western Main Line. All trains that will continue south will go into Munfingford and then reverse. As well as that, it's also on 3 third rail lines. So the one that goes to the south, which you can see in the bottom left corner of the screen there. Actually, the bottom left corner one is actually the Great Western Main Line. The one underneath that, the one that heads south, that's the line that we planned out towards Plenborough Tarina. And then the 2 lines to the right, the one that goes right up into the top right corner, that is the, I think it's called the Buntbourne Direct Line. I'm trying to remember what we called it now. It might not even have a name, so if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon, now's a good time because you get to name that main line. But it goes up towards Guard City via Buntbourne, and it can also go over towards Fort Flonwood and places like that. And then the bottom right one goes towards Bathurst Street, Cadingbury Junction, I believe. Oh no, sorry, that's the Great Central Line. The bottom right one, it goes down towards Denston. I think. Gotta check that actually. I think that's right. It's a long time since I went down that line, so I can't actually remember exactly where it goes, but I think it ends at both Denston and also at the high speed station not far from Denston, which again I can't currently remember the name of. So yeah, you'll see me build all this station, and then you'll see me realise, in fact it might have already happened, you'll see me realise that the station was built a little too far to the west, I think, or the east. So I rebuilt it again a couple of tiles further down. Usual thing, I'm relatively happy with the outcome. I like the fact that the station is a little bit asymmetric. There's a bridge across one section, whereas the other sections are all subway. I have got some things that perhaps I'd like to tweak, but I'm interested in hearing feedback from viewers first before I do that. But yeah, overall I'm quite happy with the design. I think it's done a really good job. It looks a lot nicer, it looks a lot more uniform. For those of you wondering, I did copy the design that was sent in. So George De Silva posted on my Reddit a couple of designs for a few different stations around the network. This is the Munfingford one. Nut Hill City Centre has also been designed by George, and Beffingway has also been designed by George. Now I will say that these aren't carbon copies of the plans that were submitted. I have made some little tweaks here and there just to suit needs a little bit better. I think the design had asymmetric platforms and staggered platforms, whereas this, they are quite asymmetric, but they're also quite uniform in many ways. They all line up down the centre, apart from the top 2 on the east and west side of the site. They're offset by 1 tile. But I wanted to do that just to make a little bit of operational interest. No station is absolutely perfect, and this definitely fulfills that criteria. So yeah, the reason I mention the designs is because there are other stations on the network that still need redesigning. So if you guys out there think that you can do that, feel free to do that. The best way to submit your designs is on my Reddit community. If you go to reddit.com/r/m4j_gaming, you'll be able to see my Reddit community. There's also a post on there. It should be pinned, but I'm not sure if it's visible. I couldn't find it to start with, but it might be visible for you guys as viewers rather than me as moderator. But if you go on there, there's one called Ideas for the M4J Network or something like that. If you have any ideas for future episodes, there's the best place to post it, because it's a single place that I go to every now and then to check. Plus I get notifications straight away when someone comments on that thread. You can suggest in the video down below in the comments here, but do bear in mind that if everyone commented on every single video with ideas, it'd be a little bit difficult to keep track. So if you have a Reddit account, not everyone does, I agree, but if you do have a Reddit account and you have some ideas for future episodes, there's the best place to go to submit those ideas. And they all get added to the episode plans list, which you can check out in the description. The link is there. I can't speak today for some reason. But yeah, the design of the platforms, I'm trying to count them now. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, there's 24 platforms arranged in 2 columns of 12. There are 2, 4, 6, 7 platforms on the slow, so on the fast. Sorry, so there's 14 on the fast and 10 on the slow. I think that's right. There are supposed to be shared platforms, and the lines have been configured for shared platforms. So some slow line services can call at the fast line platforms. I'm mainly going to use that for trains that go from semi-fast to stopping at this station. So that does happen in the real world. Sometimes trains run non-stop between London and, you know, Reading, for example, and then they call at every station to Oxford. I know that on the East Coast Main Line, the fast trains to Cambridge, maybe Peterborough, they go non-stop between King's Cross and Stevenage, and then once they get to Stevenage, they stop at all stations. Some do that from Welwyn Garden North. Some do that from Hatfield North, which is nice because it means I can get into London a lot quicker. But yeah, that's kind of what this station design was. Me and George couldn't quite agree on how many platforms were designated for what. I kept saying it was 10 and 14. He kept saying it was 10 and 10 with 4 shared platforms. So I think the compromise is actually the 10 and 14, because the slow services can call at the fast platforms on the northern side, and then that then technically makes them shared platforms. But to actually have them designated as 10 slow and 14 fast means that you can run and route services through the station a lot easier. If anyone who hasn't watched episode 30 is wondering what those 4 train boxes are in the top left corner of the screen, that's because George is a Patreon supporter. He supports me on Patreon. He is a patron, and as a reward for that, he's actually taken over the Great Western franchise. The only thing I haven't done regarding that is actually renamed the franchise, so I might need a reminder, if possible, as to what the franchise is supposed to be named now. It was called Guard City Great Western. I think it's just called Great Western Railway now, or Great Western Trains. But yeah, if you could let me know, that would be appreciated, because again, I've got to troll through quite a few different Reddit posts and comments and things just to find out what it's called. Mind you, I have got a link to a Google Doc, so it might be in there. I'll check. But anyway, that's not what I was going at with this. If you support me on Patreon and you support me above a certain tier, I think it's $10 a month, you unlock certain rewards regarding the M4J network. You get rewards for all tiers, but if you want to name or rename a mainline route, take control of a medium to large sized franchise, and name 3 areas of Bar City, which is our new big city down in the south east corner of the map, you have to support, I think it's 10. The link is in the description. Go check out my tiers, decide which one is best for you if you want to support me, of course, and then Patreon does a much better job of describing it than I do in a video like this, because I'm trying to do it by memory. But yeah, we need more patrons. More patrons is always nice. So if you are interested in that kind of thing, as I say, links in the description. Any donation, any pledge is appreciated. Don't feel like you have to fulfill the tiers, but if you are interested in the tier structure, it is there for you guys to check out. That's pretty much it for this video. It's a quick one, very quick time lapse. Took me about half an hour, 45 minutes to actually do this rebuild, and as you can see, the finished product on the screen right there. I think it looks quite good, but I'll leave you guys to decide by yourselves. So this Thursday coming up is going to be episode 31, where we're going to be doing, I think, a major freight rebuild, so check that out. And then episode 31.5 is going to be another station rebuild, which will go up around about the same time that this one did next week. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes, and also check out my Reddit community for the same thing. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support, and until next time, I will see you soon.